Oh my God. We'll see who got my email. Oh, did you get my email? I did a new thing. Hi, Kim. Good morning, Nicole. Hi, Jackie. Good morning. Good morning. Janelle, did you get my email? Oh, you got the notification. Did anybody get my email? I sent it last night. Okay. Good morning. Good morning, friends. Okay, you got the email too. Excellent. Excellent. Mm, this is my first sip of coffee of the day. Mm, mm. It's like the best thing that I do every morning. Mm. Oh my God. Feeling alive again. How is everybody doing? I feel like we have a lot to talk about. Or is that just me? Has anyone else had just like, oh my God, what the fuck with the rest of this week? That scorpion had quite the tail at the end there with that full moon and that last eclipse. Good morning, Rose. Hi, Valerie. Good morning. Thank you. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Rosa. Good morning, Jessica. Hi, Jen. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning. Awakened Mama says it's been a roller coaster. Yes, it has. It's definitely been a roller coaster. Ooh. Oh my God. I want to talk about timeline shifts today. So I want to talk about that. We'll talk about timeline shifts and then get into some sensory card pulls this morning. If you're new, welcome. Coffee and Magic. Normally on Fridays we're at 10, but I'm heading out to see my little baby nephew today, so I've got to drive ahead of me. We're gonna get on the road a little earlier. So that's what we're doing. Good morning, Lori. Oh my goodness. Janelle says it's today my son's last day of high school. I went through photos from kindergarten and now I'm crying. Oh, babe. I don't even know what that would be like. One day I will, but holy moly. Good morning. Hi, Tati. Good morning, Gypsy from Tennessee. Mm. All right. Also, Jackie says, "Yay, but happy graduation." I'm like sending you each other's notes from across the devices. All right, let me clean my glasses a little bit and get to it. Oh, from Florida. All right, sending you good vibes. All right. Circle yes or no. Oh my God. All right. Well, okay. So this week, let's talk about it. I saw some of you guys for coffee and coaching on Wednesday. I honestly don't remember what we talked about right now because it feels like it's been several weeks since Wednesday. But how are you feeling energetically? How has this week been? Like, how has the week been for you since Monday? Because last we did Coffee and Magic was the Monday. We were still very firmly in the full moon because that was the day of the full moon. Very firmly in that lunar eclipse energy, very firmly in Scorpio energy. Um, how are you feeling? I'm seeing a lot of exhausted, um, so much resting. That's a nice way to put it. Lots of resting. How has that been for you? What's come through? Remember, we're about another what are we at Friday? We're just under 2 weeks, um, from the end of Mercury retrograde, so we still got a hefty pull here, to kind of move through or retrace or go over, and move slow through a lot of different things and make sure we got all the little details. So there's still a lot of time here. Jessica is very sleepy. Nicole said my energy spiked Monday and has stayed high since. Let's talk about timeline shifts. Have you guys, for those of you who are aware of the timeline shifts, have you figured out for yourself what signals to you that a timeline shift has occurred? Does that make sense? Have you figured out like what happens to your body, what happens to your emotions, and then have you been able to trace that as a thing that happens rather consistently? Oh my God, Jackie. Jackie says 2 weeks is too long. I've already heard from two of my exes. Holy shit. So Janelle says, deja vu feelings. Tati says nausea. I saw deja vu, ear ringing. Jessica's trying to figure it out. Hopefully we can shed some light on there. Malio says timeless shifts are like waking up in the middle of a thought. That sounds like a thing. Good morning, Carrie. Glad to see you. Emotions high and low. Okay. So we've talked about my theories of deja vu, which I think at least a few of you agree with me because I know we've talked about it. Where when you have that deja vu feeling, have I given you the tentacles talk? Let's talk about the tentacles. So if you think about time is obviously not linear anymore. We're all feeling that. But if you think about timelines, like little jellyfish tentacles, right? Just like all waving and moving back and forth. And sometimes they cross. And my theory is that when they cross, that point is where you feel deja vu. And they're only crossing and then they move, right? Crossing and move. So you have all these different timelines, and what dictates which timeline you're actively participating in right now is your intention and your focus, right? And you can jump timelines all the time, and we are jumping more than we ever have, like ever, like so many times. And so like what learning what that feels like for you is going to be really helpful because it's been really helpful for me because before I would just think like, well, I'm either having a nervous breakdown, maybe I have like shingles or something. Like I felt like there was something seriously wrong with me for a while until I figured out like there's actually a pattern here happening. Victoria says Monday was the best day I've had in years, such an energy high. It's been an emotional week, cried every day. Today is my last day as a high school security guard. Ooh, big stuff, you guys. So for me, I noticed that when timeline shifts, it's become really abrupt. I will be energetically unplugged. Like I will be totally normal, fine, feel like a regular person, and then it's like something unplugs me, and I just whoop, and my voice changes. Like it's like I'm in sludge, and I can't get out. Like yesterday, it happened in the afternoon, and I was like sitting there, and I couldn't even get up. Right, and it stays that way for whatever period of time, and then I realized during it yesterday, and this is the first time I've consciously did that. Usually I just wait it out and see what happens. But yesterday I had this feeling, and Jen, I think I told you this, like I'm ready to like consciously shift into a different thing. Like I'm ready to shift the way that my mind is working. I'm ready to think about something different and put my energy into something different now. And the second that I made that decision, my energy kind of went like started to return back to me, and the timeline shift was instant. And I was with my girlfriend, and she also felt it because things were immediately different around us and interacting with us differently, and it's been that way since yesterday afternoon. So I've noticed that's been happening a lot. And again, what's leading that? Your conscious choices, right? So I'm just reminding you about that because the next 2 weeks, like, remember, we're anchoring into that, into what it is you want, what do you want to experience. So when you feel whatever tells your body and energy gives you that you're about to have a shift, that's kind of your liminal space, right? That's like your suspension time. And it's not like a punishment. It's a moment for you to slide in and say, okay, I'm going to consciously direct my energy towards this. This is what I want. And it means you have to shift your mood. And that can be really difficult if you're like me, because you're like, I don't shift my mood. I absorb it and I spread it around, like I need to be in it. But the mood shift is necessary to it's kind of the only thing that you need to do, quite honestly. You don't have to physically move anywhere, but the mood shift moves you into the different timelines, I think. So anyway, something to notice as we move through this weekend, because all of us are doing this. It's crazy, but crazy cool. It's a little exhausting. I can't say that this week has been easy for me. It's been like kind of the best and worst at the same time, which is kind of the vibe right now. It's like all the best things and all the worst things are like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing with each other? Hmm. So that's that. All right, let's get into some sensory card pulls, because I have to make sure that I don't stay on here till 10:30 today because I need to get on the road. So if you're new, sensory card pulls, I'm going to give you 3 crystals, and you choose which one you're feeling most resonant with this morning. And then I'm going to do 3 separate pulls that correspond to the crystals so you can get a message for yourself today. Okay. So let me find these crystals. I think we're going to do, I think we're going to do this one. I'm going to do this one. Mm, We're going to do this one. No, we're not. We're going to do this one. All right. Are you ready? Okay. Your first one is peacock ore. Peacock ore. It's very heavy. Peacock ore. Do you see how it kind of has like an oil slick situation going on with it? So peacock ore, ORE, that's number one. Selenite, septarian, or dragonstone. Septarian or dragonstone. Peacock ore, selenite, or dragonstone. So what are you feeling this morning? Okay. I'm gonna start shuffling. I'm glad. Hi. Anna always picks all three, don't you? Ooh. All right. So again, we're about to do sensory card pulls. If you're just joining us, we've got peacock ore. We've got selenite. And we've got dragonstone or septarian. Which one are you feeling today? Drop it in the comments. Of course, you can do more than one, but try to feel into the stones and see which one is calling you this morning. Hi, Jen. All right. Pick your stone. Again, we've got peacock ore, selenite, or dragonstone, also called septarian. What are we doing? Peacock ore, selenite, or dragonstone? I'm about to pull for peacock ore. All right. Tiffany's also feeling all three this morning. Whoa. All right then. Okay. Peacock ore people. Are you ready? Birth and rebirth. Wealth and beauty. Well then. That's not bad. Did I scare you with my reaction? Probably did it on purpose. Birth and rebirth, wealth, and the butterfly. Let's see what your story is. Okay, so birth and rebirth is one of those cards in the deck. We've got birth and rebirth, we've got the death card, and they're very different. And we got the death card last time, I feel like, and I explained it all to you guys. But the death card is about an energy in your life that is finished, complete, finito, done, no more. The birth and rebirth card is an energy recycling itself and coming into its next iteration, right? So a really like easy way to think of this really is like any relation. So like let's say you have a relationship with somebody, as a best friend, right? So somebody's your best friend. That relationship is shifting, and they're no longer like your closest best friend, but they're a friend. So they're moving from like one place in your life to another place in your life. And that's what birth and rebirth energy is. It's the same energy now fulfilling a different purpose in your mini sphere. Okay. This can mean a lot of things for you guys, but if you picked the peacock ore, this is the energy of this birth and rebirth is mostly about you, because you're actually the one in like wherever you are, like you're the one whose energy is actually you trigger growth around you with your energy, basically is what I'm saying. And so it's about how you are taking your own energy and shifting that into its next iteration. Can also apply to your relationships, but for you peacock or people, that is a thing. Now you also have the wealth card. I mean, nobody hates to see this, but here's the thing. And even though the cards don't say this, I'm going to remind you about this. You won't receive abundance if you are habitually blocking it. And you block your abundance when you believe that there is no way that you either deserve it, should have it, you feel guilty for taking it, and you have issues receiving generally. You will consistently not have abundance if you consistently believe that you cannot have abundance. It's a loop. And nobody's here to disprove your theory. Do you see what I'm saying? So if you have that in your mind, like life is really hard, the rich get richer, the poor get poorer, and I'm never going to have enough. There's no energy out there that's on a mission to prove you wrong. The energy is actually on a mission to prove you right. Do you see what I'm saying? So, really remember that your wealth and abundance, whatever that means to you, is probably all around you. And you're just not recognizing or allowing it to come in. And that doesn't mean like, oh, look, there's $1 million trying to come into my bank account. It doesn't mean that. What's around you right at this second? Like, stop what you're doing and look around you. I promise each and every one of you have at least three things in your general sphere, wherever you are watching this, that indicates that you are in a place of abundance. And being able to see those things puts you in the energy of that abundance. and more comes to you. Whereas if you looked around and said, "Oh my God, like, look at this. This place is so shitty. I can't believe I got to pay rent again." Rah, rah, rah. What do you think you're going to attract to you? Like, again, the energy's not here to prove you wrong. It's here to support whatever your thoughts are. So if you're constantly thinking that, you shouldn't be surprised. It doesn't mean that it doesn't work. It just means that there's a program that needs a little bit of readjusting. You also have the butterfly. The butterfly is all about beauty and noticing the beauty around you. So we already tapped into that. My peacock aura friends, your mission this weekend is to observe the beauty and the magic all around you and say something about it. Remark upon it to yourself, to someone else, write a poem, draw a picture, take a picture, whatever. Do something to acknowledge and amplify the beauty that you allow yourself to see in the world around you. That is your mission. Okay, that's peacock ore. Next, we have selenite and then dragonstone. So if you're just joining us, maybe pick between these two, selenite or dragonstone, septarian, and drop it in the comments which one feels most aligned for you today. Selenite, selenite. Yes, and everybody can have that mission. You don't have to be the peacock or people to have that mission. I think it's a good mission for all of us. So it's not a bad thing. All right. All right, see lots of selenites. Clearing that energy. I smell good today. I tried a different sample of perfume and I'm kind of liking it. Oh my Lord. All right, selenite. First of all, selenite people have the same mission. So I'm sensing a theme. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, find some beautiful things, say something about it. Okay, but here's the rest. High priestess, the wasp. Been getting the wasp a little bit, huh? All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So here's the thing, high priestess friends, selenite friends. This week, especially for you, coming out of eclipse, the eclipse window, has likely been a week where you've realized that you're so different from who you used to be. So different, in fact, that you can hardly do the things you used to do the way you used to do them. And that simultaneously feels amazingly good for you because the truth of matter is it was really hard for you to do things the other way, even though it was habit, even though it was what society said you should be doing. There was always a part of you that's like, this doesn't feel right to me. And now you're moving into that space that's like, I'm doing what's right for me. So it feels really good. It feels powerful, right? At the same time, it's very alienating because those who have been around you in your previous iterations don't know how to be around you when you're like really in your sovereignty and making decisions based on what you actually need and how you actually feel and what you actually think. Your alignment. That's the wasp. The wasp always comes through when you've leveled up and those around you have not. And it's not, again, it's not one of those things where it's like now you're better than everybody. You're just behaving differently now. You're just interacting with the world differently. And you've known this, but it's gotten to the point now where you really can't pretend, right? You can't pretend that you're like that anymore. It doesn't feel good. And it's going to cost you some relationships. right? And it's going to bring you other ones. So it's just a reminder that this is a moment in time. Above all else, choose yourself. Choose you. Whatever's going on for you right now, choose you. Because choosing yourself right now is going to make everything else align. It will work out. It will. It has to. There's no other choice. It's just, will you commit to yourself and see this through so that everything can realign in a way that doesn't constantly chafe you and make you feel like you're in the wrong space. Do you see what I'm saying? So that is your selenite message for today. And remember, you also have the same mission as everybody else this weekend to find beautiful things, find abundance, find the lovely stuff, and say something about it. Remark upon it. Okay. And the last one is our dragon stone or septarian stone. It's just a little nugget. It does have one scale on it though. That's why I liked it. I thought, this is really nice. Kind of, I like to pick crystals that make me want to eat them, and this is definitely one of them. So, mm, all right. Last one. Let's see what we got. Whew. It does kind of look like lychee. You ready for this? I was half wondering if the dragon was going to pop out, but that's not what we're doing this morning. It's not the message you needed. You've got the cow again. Did you get the cow before? You have this message. You got the cow, you got the stag, and you got the queen. Holy moly. What a trio. Like, what? What are we doing? Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you. Are you ready? All right. Okay. Oof. Oof. Okay. We're going to start here first. We're going to start here first. Ah. Okay. So, stag and the queen. These two are going together right now. This is these two together are like ultimate swag. All right. These two together are like, just take a minute and remind yourself of like the vibiest, swaggiest moment of your life where, whatever you were wearing, whatever you were up to, wherever you were walking, you were just like, I am on beat right now. Like, whoa. And like everyone's kind of looking at you because like you're just really vibing. And, this like, do you know what I'm saying? Do you know? Thank you, Andrew. Do you know what I'm saying though? Got that? That's what these two are. Ultimate swag. Ultimate swag. I was talking to somebody sometime this week. I can't find time at all, by the way, at all. So it doesn't matter when it happened. Sometime in my life, I was having a conversation with somebody, um, about, oh my God, this just dropped out of my head. I hate when that happens. What was I having a conversation about? Oh, I got it. I was having a conversation with somebody about like what makes you respect a person, right? What makes you respect a person? What is it about somebody that elicits your respect, commands your respect? And when you kind of dive into that, right, you can kind of see the people, and you may have these people in your life, because I know I sure do, who who are like, they walk into your life and they're like, you should respect me because this, and this. And they're kind of explaining to you why you should, you know, respect them. Here are all my credentials. Here are all the things I've done for you. Look how amazing I am. You should respect me. But in reality, the energy of respecting a person is instant. And what is that? Part of it, because there are many elements to what makes you respect a person, but the first thing is that person respecting themselves. Because here's the thing, when you walk into a room and you respect yourself, you're not requiring anybody else's validation for you to be. So already you're not draining anybody. Do you see what I'm saying? When you walk into a room and you don't require anybody else's affirmation or validation of your own existence, you are automatically not draining them. So they automatically, energetically recognize that and want to be closer to you because you are not draining them. Respecting yourself contains your own energy. You see? So when you are, tapping into this for yourself this weekend, to this dragon energy, to this, to whatever's going on for you, the stag and the queen, remember that that's what respect starts with, you. And people sense that even if they don't know what it is. You've ever met somebody and you're like, I don't know what it is about her, but I just like, I want to be around her. Like, I feel really good when I'm around this person. It's because they're not draining you. Okay? It's because they don't need you to do anything energetically for them to feel good about themselves. They already feel good about themselves. So your presence, your presence is just like amplifying their joy. And then you're just like joy amplifying each other back and forth. And it's just like, this feels great. And then in addition, because that person who you now feel respect for has that self-contained energy and respects themselves, you can actually, like, this is the level up place of having interactions with people, because you can actually learn something from them and they can learn something from you, and it's not about all the petty bullshit, right? Because you want to learn from people who are self-contained like that, right? And they want to learn from you. A truly enlightened, heart open individual knows that they don't know anything and are always open to hearing different perspectives and are always respecting their own feelings, right? So you can share your opinion with me. We don't have to agree. I can sit here and listen to your thoughts and opinions on anything, and I can hold space for that. I can say, I can have some healthy conversation about it. I don't need to convince you that my viewpoint is right, and I'm not interested in you convincing me that yours is right. But I can listen to you, I can learn from you, I can receive, and then I can completely stay in my own sovereignty because I know I don't need to change anything to be right. Do you see? And that's where we're moving into. So that's what this energy is for you. So whatever that triggered for you in your brain, off you go with that. Now, the cow. If you've gotten the cow before, this is because you are a habitual giver and you are not a receiver. The reason you're not a receiver is because you've been conditioned not to receive. Women are conditioned not to receive. So don't feel like I got the short end of the stick because I'm not good at receiving. No woman is born into this world right now good at receiving. It is a learned skill at this point because it's been ingrained in us that the highest mark of being a woman is constantly giving of oneself. In fact, it's a compliment to be selfless. And when you start to break down the language, it gets real stupid real fast, right? The concept of selfless is like mind blowing when you even take half a second to think about what it means. Like, ah. So the cow's coming. Cows are coming home because you need to think about that. It's not it's not right. It's not energetically complete. It's completely one-sided. It's draining you, and it's not going to send you into a great place. Like it doesn't like mark a place for you in some sort of like afterlife paradise because you gave up your whole entire self while you were actually alive on this earth. You're here to experience life on earth as a human being, not to earn a better place living somewhere else after you leave here. That doesn't make sense. And like, whatever. It doesn't make sense to me. Makes sense to you, fine. But the cow says it's time to learn to receive. And that is your message for today. Before I get into all of that on Friday when I'm like, I'm gonna get on the road. But yes, so that is your dragon or septarian message. I think I like it. I'm not mad about it. Not mad about it. All right. So I remind you of a few things that you should know. Private sessions are open. At this time, I have private sessions open on Mondays and Tuesdays. You can follow the link in my bio. There is another option for private sessions, though, through the Cosmic Concierge, and it is the Voxer option. So it allows you to voice text me or regular text me through Voxer, ask me your question. We can have a little back and forth. It's very fun. It's kind of my favorite way to do the things. So I highly recommend if you're like, I kind of want to connect with her, but like, I don't know if I'm ready to commit to a whole session. Do that. That's a great way for us to get to know each other. So I've got sessions open for next week, and the Voxer stuff is open all the time because as soon as you message me and I message you back, I respond within 24 hours. So those are always going on. So if you want to connect deeper, that's the thing we can do. Otherwise, I'm here Mondays and Fridays. Mondays at 8:30, Fridays are usually 10. I have an email list, and I just made it last night, a new one. And that's the one I'm going to be using to alert you of any time changes, and there's going to be pop-up channelings and stuff happening down the road as we move closer to June, so you'll want to be on that list. I'm just trying to think of the best way to like reach everybody with like quick information like that. So if you did not get an email from me last night telling you that Coffee Magic was at 8:30 this morning, send me a DM on Instagram and I'll put you on the mailing list. Okay. I love you. I hope you have an amazing, amazing weekend. Thank you for being here. Thank you for bringing your amazing energy. Don't forget to spend a little time this weekend noticing amazing, beautiful things and saying something about it. All right. I'd love it if you tag me in a picture on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you're doing that. All right. And I'll see you on Monday. Ding.